Hi, friend. I lived abroad for 2 years. I learned that the first step to fix a relationship is to really be there. I miss many simple dinners with my family. This trip is not just a holiday. I wanted to make up for my 730 days away. I walked in Ali Mountain, just like when I was a child. Today's video, I'm going to share with you how I spent my time with my family where I was having my holiday in Taiwan. There are two things I found is super important. The first thing is quality time. What do I mean by that? Spending a quality time with my family is such an important thing. Because imagine yourself, if you are with your family, but everyone is busy on their phones or texting message, it's not a quality time at all. I think the best thing to have a quality time is that to put away your phone or anything that would distract you and to be really focused on the person you love and then having a quality time with them. I think that is truly helpful. So how I spend my quality time. We went to a lot of places that we went when I was a kid. For example, Ali Mountain. We went there. It was not far away from my hometown, Jiayi in Taiwan. I think it took us about 2 hours by driving to get to the Ali Mountain. And then we started hiking for another 4 hours. It was a return route. Another 2 hours drive back to my parents' house. It's a day trip. When I was young, we always had a day trip to go Ali Mountain because for my parents, they thought that our home is not far away from Ali Mountain and it's unnecessary for us to stay overnight there. But I would say, if you have a chance to visit this Ali Mountain in Taiwan, I would highly recommend to stay there overnight because there was one time for my work in the past, I stayed there for overnight. Such a beautiful view with the different weather condition. Normally, in the mountain around afternoon, there's gonna be a lot of like clouds around the mountain. I don't know why it happened, but usually, like afternoon it was like that. But in the morning time, the clouds is away and you can see a very clear blue sky, mountain scenes. It's really beautiful. So I would say, if you want to see the whole beautiful things in the mountain, I would highly recommend to stay in a mountain overnight. You wouldn't miss anything. So back to when I was hiking with my parents, the weather was so good because we got there in the morning. It was nice, sunshine. We start to have a beautiful view and having such a long walk. And I remember at that time, because it wasn't an easy walk. It's not like walk across the train trail, no, because it was the government has a rule is that people are not allowed to walk train trail because the train sometime will pass by, and it was super dangerous for people who walk train trail while there were train pass by. So our route is kind of like up and down, and it became very challenging, but we managed it to like about 1 hour walk, and there was a chance that we were able to walk through the train trail because that route, the train was no longer there. It was a safe place for people who walk through train trail in that section. And that section in Chinese we call 绵月线. It was a nice, really nice trail, and lots of people wanted to go hiking. They carry like a lot of their backpack stuff, carry a lot of like 20 kilo, for example, and in order to stay overnight in that with such a beautiful train trail. So if you wanted to go hiking in Taiwan, that is the place I would highly recommend for you to go. Then that's back to my quality time. So talking about the quality time, I think it is really also important to put your phone away when you have a quality time with your family. It doesn't matter you were eating or you are doing things, whatever, but just focus on the things you are doing with your family. I think it's such a nice experience to be able to enjoy the present instead of thinking about, oh, there's another message that I should text back. It will ruin the whole quality time. So I highly recommend, if you wanted to spend a quality time with someone who you care, you love, put away your phone or any electric products that can distract you, and to set a time for that moment so you can enjoy that moment with your someone you love. And that is the key. There was another favorite time with my family after hiking. We had a very authentic Taiwanese food there. I think that was like one of my favorite food when I was in Taiwan, because after 4 hours hiking, three of us, we were exhausted because it's not an easy trail to walk. I can tell when we were having this lunchtime together, as you can see in the video, we all really focus on our food and how delicious the food was. Honestly, when I look back, the food wasn't really best, but because we were starving and then we were craving food for so long. Nice lunchtime, me and my parents. And then the second thing I found is really important when I back to Taiwan to having quality time with my family was that I arranged a mom and daughter date. That was because, in the past, when I lived with my parents, I had a lot of time with my mom, and I didn't really cherish that time with my mom. But now I live in London, and being away for 700 days, I think it is necessary and super important for me to arrange this mom-daughter date together. So I arranged lunchtime with my mom. I booked a place. It was a Japanese non-menu food and one of my favorite Japanese food in Taiwan. And I missed this really delicious seafood for so long, because somehow in the UK, in London, we didn't have this good food there. Even before I back to Taiwan, I booked this Japanese restaurant already, and I put the shop description so you can search for that if you like non-menu Japanese food. I went there with my mom, and we're having a good time. I think I love the restaurant was because you are able to sit in front of the chef, and it's like a performance. The chef did the whole cuisine in front of you, and even chef had a little bit interaction with you. For example, like this one, before they started doing their meals, they will show you like, oh, this is the food that you are going to have later, things like that. And I feel very excited about that. So the whole thing I love is not just about food, but also about the performance and how chefs prepare their food for you. The whole thing, it's just a nice experience. So I brought my mother there, and we had a good time. And after that, it's not far away from my mom's university, so I invite her, why don't we go to your university, your campus, because it's not far away? And then she said, yeah, why not? So we went through a small alley. When we got to her university, we went to the first place was the school dorm. We also went to her department. It was really cool is that one of the wall in that department, they show all of their teachers' name. I give my mom a little bit quiet time for her being there and feeling time flies. She said that she was really happy that I went to the university with her after I graduate there more than 40 years. So I think that's a good one to arrange a mom and daughter date. So I think for my family, they look really happy. And most importantly, I'm fulfilled because I think family is really important for me. I need their support so I can have more energy and motivation to do the things I wanted to do. That is about the sharing today. That was my story about my time being in Taiwan to make up for my family. And I wonder, how do you spend your quality time with your someone you love, someone you care? If you have, feel free to share that down below. I would like to see, I would like to read. Hope you find it warm after watching this video. If this inspires you to have a quality time with your family, just do it. Or the easier thing is that you can text them, hope they are okay, or like just phone them to ask them, how are you? Things like that. I think that is the easiest things you can do if you're not living together with your parents, but you really care about them. I'm sure they can feel that you love them. See you next time.